think that you're more attractive when you're sweet.
So what, Bill? I'm not trying to be attractive. I'm just trying to be myself.
You were so sweet about 30 minutes ago.
What was I talking?
I'm talking about the tone in your voice.
Oh, okay. Well, it's past 10 now. It's my bewitching hour. I turn into a hellacious witch.
Listen,
10.
I like the sturdy chips, but why does dip cost so much?
I don't know, Bill. That's a good question.
You get a little bitty can and it costs $2, but you get a big can of vegetables for 50 cents.
I know. That's ridiculous. We'll make your own dip. That's what I think.
Listen, and on your matter of the genderless, someone who has lived their whole life without sex, would that be somebody that's genderless?
No. Goodbye, Bill. That's called celibate. You still have a gender. You still have either a indoor plumbing system or an outdoor plumbing system. You're still, I don't know. There's no hope. Evelyn, do I have a bad attitude?
Yes, you do.
Oh, Evelyn.
You're answering the phone
Evelyn.
saying, what do you want? What do you want?
Well, what do you want?
If your attitude doesn't change, I'm not going to listen to you. I've always loved your program. But tonight you've had the worst program in the world. What's wrong with you?
Well, why are you listening, Evelyn?
Well, I'm going to fix and turn. Well, I've already turned you off.
But you're talking to me on the air.
Yeah, well, you
Well, what is it bad?
Because you're such a nice person and you're ruining yourself tonight. We're just not going to listen to you if you don't.
What is a bad attitude? What does that mean when someone says you have a bad attitude?
I don't know what's wrong with you.
Well, you have to tell me what's wrong. I didn't have a bad day.
You're bitchy tonight.
I'm bitchy.
Yeah, you're bitchy tonight.
Well,
you're not a nice person like you always are. There's something wrong.
If man didn't bitch, Evelyn, we'd still be in caves.
Well, I don't like you tonight.
All right,
I
Evelyn.
always love you, but I don't like you tonight.
All right, goodbye.
Thanks.
Man, I don't know what to do. What's a bad attitude? 8720750. What do you mean? Everybody keeps saying have a bad attitude. You sound bitchy. What do you mean? What do you want me to talk about? Jelly beans? The Easter Bunny? Nose hair? No, we can't talk about that. Rambo.
Yeah, even if you are, I still love you, babe.
You always have a bad attitude. Nobody calls up and says, nobody calls up here and says that Rambo's got a bad attitude, do they?
Well, I'm an old man. You know what I like?
What?
Or don't like?
Old people.
No, I don't mind them that much.
What don't you like?
Hot-headed, young, provocative women.
Well, see there?
In fact, I'll tell you the truth, though. That's a lie. I love them.
I know you do.
Yeah,
That's why you're talking to one right now.
I know.
I've been trying to get some man that was courageous enough tonight, Rambo, to take me on, and so far they've all been like putty in my hands, and I guess that's why I'm irritated.
You haven't got one here, kid.
I guess maybe I need a man to put me in my place tonight, Rambo.
Oh.
I think that's what's wrong with me. I think that if a man would call me up and just really rake me over the coals, I would be...
Yeah, and then what would you do? You turn around and accuse him of being a male chauvinist pig.
No, I'd become sweet and submissive, Rambo.
Okay, I can picture that.
You know I would.
Well, a little tiger is not too bad when you twist its tail once in a while.
Goodbye, Rambo.
I'll stroke you. Bye-bye.
Goodbye, Rambo. That's sick. Hi, Elinore.
Hello there.
Do I have a bad attitude?
Yes. How old are you?
Too old.
How old?
All right, you tell me how old you are. I'll tell you how old.
I'm 63.
I'm 32.
Okay, dear. I'll put my body up against yours any day.
Well, I don't care about your body, Elinore.
That's all right, but I'll put my mind up against yours any day.
All right. Take me on.
Okay. Why do you dislike old people?
I didn't say I disliked old people.
Oh, you resent them?
No, I just said they bother me.
You
no,
resent them driving. You resent everything about them.
I don't resent them driving. I just said there's just something when I'm driving down the road and I get behind that profile, that woman with the round poofy hair and the guy with the glasses and the balding hair. There's just something about them that irritates me.
Let me tell you what. I'm 63, and I can drive better than you can any day, and I don't have a poofy hairdo. I've got a short hairdo, and I look like I'm about 30. And I'll put my width up against yours any day.
Well, you just did, Elinore. You have a nice night.
Noon to 4 on AM-750 WSB, David Paul is out to lunch. Long lunch hour, huh? Well, it's not like other talk radio stations' talk shows that whine and complain and point out all the world's problems. This is completely different. It's unbelievable. Out to lunch with David Paul at noon on AM-750 WSB, the talk show for people who never pick up the check.
Afternoon, partly cloudy. Tonight, becoming cloudy, low 47. Tomorrow, showers likely, high 59, low 52. Temperature on Peachtree, 52 degrees. Turn that off right now. Turn it off right now. Turn it off right now. You screwed up, buddy. You just wait till I come in that control room. You just wait. You know why I'm in a bad attitude, folks? Because Elinore will not come put her body against mine. That's why. Elinore, come rub your butt. No, okay, never mind. Kathy in Atlanta.
Melanie?
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Kathy.
Hi, Kathy.
How are you?
I'm just peachy.
Yes, well, you don't sound too peachy.
Why is everybody ragging on me tonight?
Listen, we just came back from Six Flags. We were having a great time, and we had it on WSB, and you have a bad attitude.
What is a bad attitude? Everybody keeps saying I have one. What is a bad attitude?
A bad attitude is a person who does not come across as, I don't know, you were putting down older people.
I wasn't putting down older people. I was just being honest. They get on my nerves.
Well, I mean, older people happen to be wonderful people.
Well,
I know they do. I deal with them every single day, and they're some of the neatest people that I've ever come across.
I know they are.
And, you know, it just...
I'm just being honest, Kathy. There are some people who will tell you they cannot stand kids. There are a lot of older people who don't want kids going in their yard. They don't even like kids playing in the street. They don't even want to live in subdivisions where there are any children at all. Remember down in Peachtree City when this lady was going to move in with her 13 or 14-year-old daughter, and all these old fogies said, we don't want children around. We've raised our children. We don't want to have to deal with children. Now, didn't they say that?
Okay, Kathy, but you don't know.
No, my name's not Kathy. My name's Melanie. Your name's Kathy.
I mean, Melanie, you're not going to know how we're going to feel when we're that age, too.
No, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion, right? If you don't like children, you can get on my show, and you can say you don't like children, and I will appreciate you for being honest.
Well, I love children, and all I'm saying is 10:30 at night, let's have a better attitude. Let's be a little bit happier. How's that?
Well, I don't want to. Maybe I don't want to.
Okay, well, then you continue with your show.
Maybe I read all these.
Attitude.
Maybe all these stupid things keep happening. I pick up the paper, and maybe I read about it, and maybe that puts me in a bad mood.
Well, I was in a bad mood this morning when I read the newspaper at 10 o'clock.
Did you read about the little brain, the kid born without a brain?
I read all about that.
The judges won't, you know what? The judges say she doesn't qualify as brain dead. Well, I think the judges do, don't you?
Yeah,
I think the judges do. That's one thing that's got me in a bad mood.
Well, there's a lot of things that can keep us in bad moods, but it's up to us to get ourselves out of it.
Well, Kathy, that was really profound, and thank you for calling. God, I think I'm going to throw up. Hi, David.
Hi.
What's a bad attitude, David?
It don't really matter. I tell you, when you sit around and you think about the way our government runs our country, we deserve to have a bad attitude.
We all ought to have a bad attitude.
We should.
That's right.
We should just walk around and kick little puppies. I don't know. It just...
I don't know about that.
Well,
how about some big congressmen and a big fat president?
Well, I call them dumb puppies, you know, so we just have to kick them, too, every now and then.
Yeah, I mean, what's wrong with the bad attitude? If we didn't have a bad attitude...
A bad attitude is a good way to relieve stress, darling. Let me tell you.
That's right. And you know what I think a lot of these people would call up and say, oh, it's it's Saturday night, and let's lighten up. They don't really care. They're like morons.
Well, I tell you, I work 16 hours today, and I've got a bad attitude, and I couldn't give a rat's butt of what anybody thinks.
Well, damn straight, David. I'm glad you joined me. We both have a bad attitude, and we're proud of it, aren't we?
Well, it's a great stress relief. Bad attitude and sex is the best way in the world to release stress.
Well, I'm celibate, so I'll just have to have a bad attitude.
You're what?
You heard me.
How old are you?
Goodbye, David.
Bye-bye, darling.
Laura, what's a bad attitude?
You have a bad attitude.
I have a bad attitude. I like the way you said it. You said it like you have a bad attitude.
No,
you
I
have
don't.
a bad attitude.
A
You
bad
just have a bad attitude, Melanie.
A bad attitude is a person that has a negative outlook on everything.
I don't have a negative outlook on everything.
You have a bad attitude about elderly people.
I didn't say I had a bad attitude about elderly people. I just said they bother me sometimes, okay? They bother me.
Do you have PMS?
Does nothing bother you, Laura? No, I do not have PMS. Would you like to know when my last menstrual cycle was?
No, I don't really care.
Okay, well, you must care because you asked me if I had PMS.
Well, you act like you do.
You
act
don't.
like you do.
Do you want me to get it for you? Do you want me to take the pill so I can change my cycle so your theory will be right?
This is the first time I've listened to your show, and this will be the last
Laura,
time.
does anything ever bother you?
Yeah, you.
Well, see there, at least you were honest. Bye, Laura. I don't know what to do. Maybe, when you rub your hand over your face and like you might have a frown and then you rub your hand over it and then you have a smile? I could do that. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Screw that. What's this, Komiski?
Komiski, A.
Okay, what do you want?
I want to know, why do you hate old people?
I don't hate old people.
I mean, I'm 14 and I have a grandmother that is a very nice lady.
I have a grandmother, too, and she's the most marvelous person in the world.
I think you're a great person there. I think you and David Paul. And I just called to say hi.
Well, goodbye. That was sweet. See, he didn't say I had a bad attitude. I don't hate old people. I was just saying that was something that bothered me, and I don't know why. Maybe you can help me. Why when I'm driving down the road behind an old couple and the lady with the poofy hairdo and the guy where you can see his glasses, I don't know, maybe they remind me of some people I don't like. Maybe it reminds me of a generation that I don't agree with. Maybe that's why they bother me. Maybe because I'm sort of assuming as they're driving down the road what they're thinking and where they're going to go. Maybe it's because there's a lady with a poofy hairdo at this little store down the street from me, and she has a terrible attitude. I went in there one day and asked her for something that was behind the counter. She put it on the counter. I gave her the money. She gave me my change, and she never said a word. Not hi, not goodbye. And I'm a friendly person. When I go in the store, I say hi. She never said a word. Maybe it's because of that lady with the poofy hairdo that old people bother me. I don't know. Maybe you could help me. Instead of sitting here telling me I have a bad attitude, maybe you could help me with my attitude. But no, all you do is just sit there and go, you have a bad attitude. Are you PMSing? Come on, be original. Carl in Mableton. Well, not Carl in Mableton. How about that? Chris in Buckhead.
Hey, what's going on, Melanie?
Me and you and 50,000 watts.
That's all? WSB has 50,000 watts?
No, I'm sorry, 150,000 watts.
Oh, okay, 150,000 watts. Well, I noticed one thing about
wait a minute. My producer said 50 million watts.
Oh, wow.
And if news breaks in, we break out.
Okay.
And we have our own, we're the only AM station with our own coffee maker.
That is amazing.
And filters.
Okay.
Okay?
We're getting on the subject of attitude, aren't we?
Yeah, what is a bad attitude?
I think attitude, it has to deal with not what you say, but how you say it. I mean, it's impossible for anybody to be positive all the time and, not be like some kind of little flower child or something.
Or on drugs.
Right, but it's how you say it, not what you say.
Yeah.
So that has a lot to do with it. And, you were saying about these elderly people probably bothering you. Yeah, I think it's, something probably in your subconscious that's affected you in your past. But I think we really have a lot to learn from elderly people in that, they have the wisdom that we need to succeed later on in life. A lot of other other cultures have a lot more respect for the elderly than we do.
Maybe because there's something to respect.
Oh, yeah, there is, definitely.
I mean, the old geezers with all the voter registration cards and who sit on juries and who vote in all the retards that we have in office, don't you think they're partially to blame for how screwed up this country is?
That's possible, but they still have values of honor and loyalty and justice towards their country. Where I see people more nowadays are trading out, or are living for the almighty dollar. They don't care how to fix their country.
Hold on a second, Chris. Let's get into this. Hold on a second. I got a billion people on hold, but we got to get into that. Turn over to Peach and listen to some nice, soft music so that your little head doesn't have to worry about anything. Now, I asked the question. I've been told I had a bad attitude. What is a bad attitude? No one's really defined it for me yet. No one's really defined it adequately for me. Chris in Buckhead, what is a bad attitude?
Melanie, I thought I already went over that with you. Basically, I mean, you know.
Oh, that's right. We were getting in an argument. You were telling me about how the older generation is ma, pa, and apple pie. That's right. I forgot about that.
They portray qualities of honor, loyalty, and dignity.
Where? Honor to what, Chris?
To this country.
To themselves.
To their country.
How?
How? For one thing, by the products they buy. I don't see a bunch of 80-year-old people driving a bunch of rice burners and watching Mitsubishi TVs.
People over 50 don't buy a whole lot of things. They are not considered people like over 55. Although they have most of the wealth in the country, their buying habits are already set.
Right.
Okay.
Right. They rely on the things that made this country great, and don't have to go outside the continental U.S. to fulfill their needs with those goods.
Oh, Chris, what dream state did you crawl out of?
What dream state? You're
come
just
on.
Talking about drugs. I mean, I wasn't talking about drugs.
No, I'm saying if you can't handle reality, if you can't handle someone shoving reality in your face, take a pill, pop a pill, and everything will be fine. That's what I said. I'm not advocating
in reality,
it.
Melanie.
Well, what you're saying is not reality, my friend.
You're the one that was saying that older people bother you. I guess if they bother you, you've never taken the time to get to know them.
I know lots of older people.
I have gotten to know them.
Chris, I know lots of older people.
They believe in this country. They want to make it strong, and they see the younger generation destroying it. Melanie,
and that's why I have to pay for the deficit that their old fart-face Reagan created, and Mr. Bush. And who voted those old geezers into office? My friend, the old folks did. And guess what? I and my children get saddled with that debt. And all these old folks driving around don't care because they're not going to be around to have to pay it. That's why they bother me. Maybe that's wrong, but that's the way I see it. Karen in Fayetteville. Hello, Karen.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going all right, chick.
I'm glad you're not taking this crap off these callers. I'm glad to see it.
Me, Karen, take any crap from anybody. You know me better than that, girl.
That's good. Don't let them tell you got a bad attitude. I just want to call up and tell you that. And also, I definitely agree with you about the old people on the road. They really irritate me, too.
What is it? I don't know why that is, and I feel kind of guilty.
No, I don't feel guilty because a lot of people feel that way. I mean, I personally think when you get to a certain age, they should definitely take your license away because these people going down the expressway in the fast lane going 30